a research topic. This is the first step that you would like to go on with. How to choose a research topic. The question that we usually have is that, where do research topics come from? How to get the idea for the research topic, for the research. Usually, we say that individual's own experience, practical problems. Sometimes you hear others speaking, and then you might comment on the way they speak, some sounds, some of their language, grammar in their language. This is experience, individual experience. Reading, individuals reading while reading. And for other classes, you find a topic that you would like to comment on, and you find it very much interesting. Or from literature review, reading in books, internet, journals, newspapers, listening to the media, you find a topic that you would like to write about. Or sometimes conducting interviews with others, talking to others. Then you find that there is something very much helpful here, very much important, that's worth investigating. Or when you go to the back data, to the old data, examining reports or records of others, and then you would like just to ask questions and then to investigate a certain point. This is where you can talk about how to find a research topic. But there are certain features for the research topic. When you want to write about something, you need to be very much specific. Don't write about too broad ideas that at the end people won't understand what the single point that you want to discuss. Always ask yourself a question: what's my point? If you find that you have too many details, this is not a research question, a research topic. Examine one single point, much better than talking about very broad general points. A research topic is something that you can measure, measurable, you can examine. Using the methodology that you want to use, collecting data, you can collect data for this research topic. You can interview people, you can ask questions about it. A research topic is something that you can achieve. It's not something that you can't at the end, and you end up with saying, wallahi, I can't go on with this topic. It's something that you can achieve. It's something that you can do. Sometimes you would like to do some things, examine certain points with, for example, with regard to language in the community, but you find limitations where you can't interview people because of some cultural reasons. So it's something that you can achieve. And you need always to keep in mind that time factor is important. Do I have time to do all these things together in one graduation proposal, one graduation project? I have 2 months, for example, or 3 months only. Within the 2 months, what should I do? Can I do it within 2 months? Go ahead. No, find another research topic. How to develop your research topic? Always ask yourself questions. Why I chose this research topic? What's the significance of this research topic? Significance to the people in my community, to the people around me, international significance. What the results, or how it might help the topic that I want to discuss. And also think of the problems that you might face when you talk about this topic, or when you start working within this topic, and your aims for the research topic. This is how you develop a research topic. Otherwise, you will end up facing problems at some point, and then finding another topic that you will not end up with a research project that you can submit. So keep in mind the research topic that you want to choose. Very specific, very limited, time factor, very clear. Just one single point, discuss it, and go ahead with it. Thanks a lot. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.